countries?
Well, China, as you can imagine, has welcomed the findings. They say that this strengthens and demonstrates their commitment to multilateralism and that they hope the US, for their part, accepts the findings. Now, the US, as you can imagine, has been somewhat more disparaging. In a statement, the Office of Trade Representatives of the US, they said that this panel report confirms what the Trump administration has been saying for 4 years. The WTO is completely inadequate to stop China's harmful technology practices. It then goes on to say that the United States must be allowed to defend itself against unfair trade practices, and the Trump administration will not let China use the WTO to take advantage of American workers, businesses, farmers and ranchers. Now, Sharon, you remember this all dates back to a case from 2018 that was initially launched by China when the US Trump administration put tariffs on initially $30 billion and it went up to about $234 billion of goods that were coming from China into the US. They did this because the US accused China of tech theft as well as unfair state aid. But today, as I say, the WTO has found that actually violated the WTO's rules, Sharon.
Yeah, so Katie, what happens next? I mean, where do we go from here?
Well, the US has 60 days to launch an appeal in the World Trade Organization's appellate body, so to sort of the Supreme Court of the WTO. But that is what one analyst has called it, going into the void. No, basically, normally there is about 7 judges on this panel. At the moment, there is only 1, and that's because the appointment of new judges has been vetoed by Washington. So they've basically been hamstrung. It's what's known as legal paralysis, so to speak. So the enforcement of this decision is looking very, very unlikely, especially because the one judge that remains, who herself is in fact Chinese, her term ends in November. So the power of this appellate body to actually do anything, Sharon, is very, very unlikely.
Yeah, really fascinating, isn't it?